to the Stranger Still podcast. I'm Kathleen.
And I'm Miles.
And thank you for joining us for our third episode of our latest rewatch series, where we are joined by Kirk again, a first-time watcher of Stranger Things.
Hello.
Welcome back. Heyo. Here we go.
Humbled. Had a great season 2 prediction. Terrible season 3 prediction.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, right.
And the worst of us, Kirk.
Jeez, I just sat down. God.
All right, Kirk, we got to know. We've been dying to know. What did you think of season 3? It's different. It's new. It's bombastic. What do you think?
Bombastic.
I really like how they filled out the town more. You had the newspaper. You had the mall. You know, it was like season 1 and 2 is mostly like school and the families, but it seemed like they filled out, like they had the mayor all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Just, you know, the Russians. Yeah. You know, and like you just get like this bigger feeling, a bigger scope of the world in general, not just Hawkins. And even Hawkins itself is more expanded. The mall's taking away small businesses, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Tons of like romance now, like the kids are growing up, you know.
Yep.
It's a coming of age story, really.
I love that they put it in the summer. I didn't see that coming in a million years. I thought for sure this would be more of like a, you know, darker, winterish, fallish kind of show. I like that they threw it in the summertime.
Yeah, so that was nice.
Definitely a contrast.
And the kids, you know, they don't look like too old. Like, I mean, I know these are years apart, but like they still look like young kids going into high school.
Right.
So I was fine with all of that.
Teenage Wasteland.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah.
And just graphically, way better. You know, just the
beautiful,
monsters,
huh?
you know, just the gore of it all. Like, they had great shots.
Okay.
And I love the way who they paired with who this season. That was fantastic.
Oh, the pairings.
Yeah.
Oh,
The pairings were great this year. I thought that was one of the best surprises I got.
So you said better. You think this season is better than the previous two?
I mean, season 1's kind of got the nostalgia because you don't know anybody.
Right.
You get to meet the characters.
And I thought I really liked season 2, and I still do. But this one kind of took it to a new level.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just expanded the realm of where we were.
So this is such a demarcation point across Stranger Things fans, because a lot of people feel it's become a 80s blockbuster. It loses like that charming, like Stephen King small town sort of thing, and it becomes, I mean, in the first scene we got flaming meat. You know, that used to be Russians. You know, we've got a meat monster. We have a Russians building underground base. We've got Joyce discovering the conspiracy by just magnets falling off of her fridge. Though that's Joyce.
Joyce is obsessed with something.
That's
all
Joyce.
the way to the end. Why are my magnets falling off? Lady?
She's the real hero, though. She just knows.
We're trying to save the world. You're still worried about your magnets on the fridge. Like, come on, lady.
But like you didn't feel any realism, like disappointment or anything, or
I mean, you lost a little bit of the small town feel, expanding it so much, but I still liked it. I mean, I was fine with it growing. It had to go somewhere. You can't just stay in small town Hawkins the whole time. So I like that we got the Russians being the dumb government. You know, I even like Susie in Utah. You know, I mean, I like all of that. Like, the world just seemed to expand more, and I think you had to go somewhere. I know some people want to just, these are my people and blah, 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 but like, I thought you had to go somewhere. The newspaper, like I said, you know, just
going places.
Yeah.
I love that perspective. I had a hard time at first. I kind of needed the end to convince me that the whole season was worth it, because the tone change sort of jostled me at first.
I would say episode 2 this season, I was just like,
you're doing living in a material world.
That part where Max and 11 became
Love
friends,
it.
and we're like, oh, we're going shopping, and I'm like, they play it well, but I just hate that. Just me as a person, I'm like, I'm not a material person. I'm not going to the mall. Let's look pretty and be friends. And I'm just like, where are we going with this?
Kirk, I have to say, I love that you're pumped about this. I felt the same way. I feel like season 3 got some hate because it changed so much. Like even you were saying, it which kind of jostled you to go from like the darkness of the first 2 seasons to like this cheerful summer. But I just loved it. I loved that it's all coming of age. Like you're growing up with these kids. I think it's so geniusly written that way.
You know, everything that you that you initially criticize. Hopper is a big fat red tomato now, right? He's a fat Rambo. He's a man baby.
Fat
and
Rambo.
it's
Fat
making
Rambo,
jokes,
yeah.
and you're like, oh, what's the tone of this? That all comes back around to the final scene when he's writing that letter. Like, all of that comes back around, and it is so rewarding on rewatch, though, when you know even the material world, like, bits and all the stuff with the mall and stuff like that. Once you trust it that it's gonna get you there to what is honestly my favorite episode of the entire series, which is Battle of Starcourt, the finale of this season.
Great, yeah.
Once you
So
know
good.
it's building to that, I love everything. It's like the trust has been earned, and the rewatch is so rewarding for season 3. I just golly loved it.
Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, I would say early on in this, episode 1, 2, jostles is probably the right word.
Okay.
I'm like, where are we going? And then I was also like, man, my prediction was so far off. I'm like, there's a little self-loathing in it too, but
Don't worry. You'll get to hear how dumb we were.
Yeah, you will.
But I didn't want it to be kind of just the same groups and just kind of almost the same kind of plot keep going. I like that it expanded, like you said, they're growing because kids don't stay the same. They're going into high school, like your kids grow up. Teenage years are like every year is something different.
Yeah, and again, this is Hopper's letter. He was scared of change, and but honestly, if I'm being honest with myself, I was scared of change, and.
Hopper
so
grew a lot. His arc this season is fantastic.
Right?
Let's dive right into Hopper, who just, I mean, fat Rambo. He's been eating. He's trying to keep. One of the funniest scenes of Stranger Things, I think, ever is him talking to them on the bed.
Oh yeah,
when he's just looking at them and Mike. And just gives up on the plan.
He's like, I'm not going to read this. Like,
your grandma.
Mike, your grandma's sick. We got to go.
I'm going to talk.
Yeah.
And you're going to listen.
His disgust of them just sitting in the room making out is hilarious. It's
so
perfect.
funny.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's 3 inches. That door's got to be 3 inches. And just their reaction when they do open the door, just a little bit of, space on the bed, acting like nothing's been happening.
I know.
And his disgust, he goes, tells Joyce about it. It's not healthy.
Yeah. And he's going like a little insane.
Yes.
He's cabin fever, truly.
Yeah.
Literally.
Like until he gets stood up at the date. Mm-hmm. Like then he turns around eventually. But I love that part too. I'm just getting hammered there.
Dude.
The scotch, the wine, and the Chianti.
And skips dinner.
right? After all of this, after all of like the humor and the growth of him throughout the season, what was his death like for you?
Oh man. I mean, it's a weird death. Because you don't see him die either, which always kind of threw me off. Mm-hmm. But I liked his arc. I thought him and Joyce together were great. I was hoping that was gonna be a connection because they are just like the mom and dad of the kids.
Yeah,
and it's just but they're not a couple. So I mean, his death was. I was just like, oh,
they're the couple that they should be a couple.
Right? And I was like, no way. What do we know? You can't kill off Hopper out of all people. What are we, Games and Thrones in this thing? Like, this is ridiculous.
That's funny because that's what you brought up. You brought up Game of Thrones, but like I said, we don't see the death.
Yeah.
We don't see it.
Which would, I don't know, as a watcher, I don't know if I wanted to see that either.
There's so enough good.
More.
God.
We saw Bob.
Yeah.
We saw Bob get eaten.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
By 4 things, for little demodogs. But yeah, I mean, I liked it because he gets trapped. Like, you got to do it. He goes down a hero, and he's not so much in charge this season either. Like, I think there's a point where he's mad about the plan, and Joyce is just like, just because it's not your plan doesn't make it not a good plan.
Yeah, you're right. He's not fully in charge.
And he shouldn't be, because both season 1 and season 2, he tried to bench everybody, and he actually needed their help. Yeah. And he tries to do that in season 3 too. He's like, 11, you're out. Dustin, you're out.
Yep,
Erica,
they mow
you're
all
out.
over him.
And he gets kind of overruled.
No power.
Every time he tells somebody to stay, I know that they ain't staying. It was almost guaranteed that Murray and Alexi were going into that fair. He's like, stay right here. I'm like, nah, it ain't staying there. Nobody's listening to Hopper at this point.
It is kind of nice because Hopper does spend the first 2 seasons, like you said, driving. Everyone's listening to him. Once everyone's together, Hopper is the boss, and that's kind of changed up.
Yeah.
And, he's kind of a buffoon for the beginning of this season. And I love the moment when he finally gets a win, when he gives Alexi the car keys and he sends him out.
Yes.
And he's like, and Joyce and Murray are like, you're an idiot. And we've been watching Hopper make mistake after mistake
Right.
the whole season. And then that one turns around. He gets to do the smug look. And I'm just like, I cheered at that part this time. I'm like, Hopper.
I mean, I was fully thinking he was driving away. I did not think Hopper was winning that. I'm like, what are we doing? This is how we're going to lose the Russian dude? You
My
kidding
man
me?
Hopper.
Yeah. And I love that they went to Murray. Love Murray. He doesn't get a big role, but he is just classic. He's on everybody.
So without spoiling, do you think Hopper is dead?
I don't.
Okay.
My theory is he went through the gate. That's the only way.
like into the upside down.
There's the only way he gets out of that place is because he's stuck. Like that thing's blowing up and it's got the rays.
It's blowing up because he made a smoothie with a Russian guy. The Russian brute
just wouldn't leave him alone. So I'm glad he won that battle.
So satisfying when he does that.
Finally get the Terminator Russian brute. Just make a smoothie out of him.
How short-lived is that, though? You're like, Hopper! And then...
And you're like,
Hopper's gone.
And that's what traps him. When he throws that guy in there, the thing is all
because he
radiating.
can't walk through. And I'm like, the only place he can go is through that gate. Mm-hmm. But I'm also like, and I kind of think that just because they didn't show him die.
Okay.
Right.
That's like if somebody dies, they show the guy die.
Yeah.
I don't know. They show Billy going down. Bob goes down. Yeah. They show them that they're dead. If Hopper goes down, they got to be like, I don't know. So I'm skeptical. But also wouldn't be terribly surprised if he's just not around for a large chunk of season 4, you know?
Yeah. I will say that this could be a season finale or series finale.
Yeah.
Right.
To have it end with Hopper's letter as she's reading that, and it's just it's like gut wrenching. It's like you're going through the epilogue. And you're just like, there's a couple little things, and then you grab that letter, and it's just like one more, just like gut punch.
Yeah,
the epilogue feels like it's winding down.
Like if I didn't know there was a season 4, I kind of think that would be a nice place to wrap it.
Yeah,
because I'd be like, they're moving out of the house. A lot of it's been at Joyce's house. She's finally moving on. You know, like I was I was okay with that. I'm surprised they're taking 11. That was
well, she's got nobody. So
where's she gonna go?
I mean, with Mike, I don't know. Like I don't know.
You want her with Ted?
I know. I guess Joyce is kind of the mom of the family.
Joyce is the mom, like you said.
So
I have to tell you, the end gets me every single time. We've rewatched this how many times now? 3?
No, this is our 6th rewatch.
This is our 6th rewatch.
Yeah.
I bawl my eyes out every time he's reading that letter at the end.
Yeah.
It's just horrible.
It's a perfect letter because you can tell the part that he's just writing where he's trying to do Joyce's advice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he just gives up on that and he's actually like true, you know, about him not wanting to change, you know, him not used to having a daughter, all this stuff. It's just like, you know, and he just kind of grows up as a person.
He does.
You know,
he grows. He has an arc in this season. People criticize the season that he doesn't have an arc.
Oh, wow.
But I agree with you. Like, he really does. Him and Joyce come through really the death of Bob in a really intricate, like, kind of complex way.
Yeah,
right.
but that's life too. It's not simple, easy one conversation and we're on the same board.
Exactly.
You know?
You got to have the conversation about the goo.
You speak of Joyce too. Like there is such a huge change in her. Like she is like all over the place, especially in season 1. Like she has really mellowed out and become like this calm, fierce presence in season 3, sorry.
Seeing her at work in the first episode of season 3, and she's just talking normally and not in a full panic is weird.
Yeah. It was,
so their growth. Yeah.
And she's so alone, just having her on the couch next to the flashback.
Watching Cheers.
With Bob laughing about it. I loved that little throwback.
So
you know,
sad.
that was fantastic.
We are a pro Bob.
Absolutely.
Thank you for giving thank you, Duffers, for giving so much respect to Bob and not just having Joyce and Hopper get together, right away. I mean, we got a real balance to walk.
And Joyce does go Joyce mode with the magnets.
Well,
Just go straight to Mr. Clark's house.
Totally forgets about Hopper. I love that they've got Weird Al in there.
Oh, and even him, she's asking the Russian guy that can't even, Alexei.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know
Yeah.
magnets? Magnets? Joyce, we're beyond this.
Joyce, before she goes to Mr. Clark, she bought just the advanced electromagnetism books and was just gonna read them.
She's just gonna figure it out on her own.
All right. The other big story of the Battle of Starcourt is the death of Billy. And the battle of all of season 3, I suppose, Billy being flayed right at the beginning. I mean, Kirk, what did you think of Billy becoming
his
the
redemption,
flayed?
basically?
Yeah, I liked him. I didn't like Billy just as a person in season
that makes
2.
sense.
Obviously, I don't think anybody liked Billy.
That checks out.
So him being flayed in the beginning, I was like, kind of deserves it.
On his way to bed, Mrs. Wheeler.
Yeah,
Right.
I know, right? Out of all things. But yeah, I mean, I liked him being the flay. I liked him being the bad guy. So I was kind of pro that.
Bad guy,
like,
but not really bad guy.
Yeah, like he's kind of, you can see like the turmoil. I think he played it better than Will did as like as a flayed person. So
I have that
So
down. The
good.
acting really stood out.
Oh my gosh.
yeah, Billy was on point this season.
Yeah, Dacre Montgomery is the actor's name.
When he says
Fantastic.
"Stay away from me, Karen,"
Yeah.
when it's really like protecting her, those little things, the little moment with what's her name?
Yeah, I'll just go kill Heather real quick.
Yeah.
Heather doesn't get the flash.
Yeah, poor Heather. She really got the shaft. But I liked it. I started feeling sorry for him once we started trying to, like, 11 tries to find him, and we get some of those flashbacks of, like, California, and she's trying to find, like, where to go. But, like, the abusive dad, which I kind of saw in season 2.
Right.
Just kind of getting more of a play for that. And then just, at the end, you can just see it in his eyes. He's, I was surprised he actually turned back.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'm going to stand up for this, this little girl here who's got all these superpowers. You can't use them at this point. So I loved that full, like, I'm actually a good person. I'm so sorry for what I've done.
Right.
Even when he's trapped in the sauna, he's like, I'm sorry, Max. I didn't mean to. He's like, he knows he's being bad.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to. He's not, and it shows you that he's not inherently bad.
Yeah.
So do you think that he does enough good to make up for, I mean, he was a psychopath in life.
Yeah.
Like an absolute, he was going to like kill people probably if he continued to live.
Yeah. He seemed like he was going right down the same road of his dad, just kind of be abusive to like women and things like that. So I think
Ruled by his rage.
Yeah.
him being in that position kind of humbles him personally, but he doesn't have any control anymore. So it's that inner turmoil. And he just plays it so well because you can just kind of tell when he's full flayed and when he's just like in that crux of, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm so sorry that this is how my life ended up.
Yeah. On rewatch, we both pointed it out how many times his face just kind of went back and forth.
Oh my
like
gosh.
how many little
yes.
moments.
Oh, I just cannot believe how good his acting is there. Like you really see him go from Billy to the mind flayer.
The mind flayer.
Yeah.
The meat flayer is the actual, that's what we call the actual monster.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you, like I compared we both compared Billy a lot to almost like a Darth Vader storyline.
Okay.
Like not necessarily that he makes up for all the bad things he did, but he does do one good thing at the end.
Yeah.
And it's not really a pep talk that 11 gives him. There is an element of the supernatural in the way that 11 gets Billy to wake up. 11 has been, when 11 comes to Billy in the void and puts her hand on him, Billy takes her to that memory, which is outside of the Mind Flayer's control because you can see the Mind Flayer storm.
Okay.
And then when it's in the mall, she uses that memory that he gave her to unlock. It's like a key. Think about how powerful that would be if someone explained to you your best memory, not in the way that they remember it, not in the exact way that you remember it in your mind.
Yeah.
Like that, it's because Max is like reading off Billy's address as Billy comes out. He's like, you live at 321 Cherry Road.
Thump.
No, 11, like, and Billy, they hoodwinked the Mind Flayer. They got this like little key that unlocked it, and it's just the best freaking part of the show, man. It's the Darth Vader moment. It is so good.
And he goes down brutally.
I know.
He gets 6 tentacles to the gut and just
Dude,
one right through the heart.
poor
Like
Billy.
worse than Bob. Bob got eaten by 4 dogs, but like Billy got it hard.
Well,
Like,
that's just the final part of his death. He's gotten it hard the entire time he was mind flayed.
Been
Oh,
drinking
yeah.
bleach.
he's
Yeah.
been drinking bleach. He's getting the crap beat out of him.
Going through that.
Got T-boned by
turmoil,
a car. It's
right?
like,
Yeah.
Billy got it rough, but he does. I don't know if he fully redeems himself, but it is the act that kind of finally, like, it was something that really just helped bring his character back and redeem him a little bit.
I think he's fully redeemed. I
Really?
think, yeah, I think, well, first off, he's flayed in this whole season, basically. So you cannot make him responsible for any of those actions. The fact that he was still able to hold on to a part of himself when no one else that was flayed was able to do that. Only Billy was. That shows his like strength of character. That shows that he really, truly had love in his heart. And really, like, I don't know. I feel like he is a little bit transformed at the end of season 2 when Max stands up to him, like realizes, okay, you're not the only one that's angry here. So even though he's kind of a dick, he's more a dick in season 2 than he is in season 3 before he gets flayed.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And then after flayed again. Yeah. Not his fault.
Well, let me ask you this. Was Darth Vader fully redeemed? Because the people of Alderaan got something to say about that. I'm kidding.
Got a point. He's got a point.
What do you think about Max? How mournful she is over Billy. She comes to his aid. Yeah. She's kind of nervous the whole season. I hope it's not you. You know, she doesn't want 11 to kill him. Doesn't want Nancy to kill him. Nancy and Jonathan get the gun. And they're like, it's just a precaution. And Max is like, shoot him. What's what I said.
Right?
What do you think of Max?
I'm a little surprised by the compassion, I guess, because it seems like they're just on two different planets in that household, step siblings, you know, and maybe something changed from when she stood up to him. We don't see any of that. Like,
so we're about like 8 months later.
Yeah.
So you don't really see any like Max and Billy being together, especially gets flayed so quick, you know. So I guess I'm surprised that she has so much compassion for her brother, stepbrother, I guess. Yeah. But I'm assuming that household, because the dad's just a jerk. So they probably saw some abusive stuff together.
Well, she uses the same language that his dad does when she puts the bat near his crotch. Like, say you understand. Like,
so she's seen it. Yeah. So I guess there is compassion in there, but like at the same time, it just didn't seem like they ever jived. And we just never got to see that on screen. Because it didn't happen season 2, you know, I mean, just like one look at the end on the final of season 2.
See, I think that's the beautiful power of the absence of that, though. I think the Duffer Brothers purposefully, don't show anything. They leave it up to you to make that own conclusion that somehow they've come to some sort of truce together as step siblings. I mean, again, going back to the end of season 2, I think that he like sees something in Max, like he sees how his anger is affecting her. It sees that she's angry too, that he's not just alone. And I think that like gets built together off screen, what we don't see.
Okay. We're in this together, and the dad's really the bad guy.
Right.
Kind of what you have to eventually realize if you're in an abusive household like that. So, but that all happens off screen. So I just like, I don't know. I was just a little taken aback by it this season. Max was confusing to me this season. So
she's got such depth of character.
Get ready for season 4 is all I have to say on that.
Yeah. Okay.
So heavy stuff in the Battle of Starcourt. 11's unlocking Billy's childhood trauma, and he's getting 6 tentacles to the body. Joyce is making a decision to kill Hopper and turn the keys.
Yep.
And in the middle of this, we need Planck's constant. Murray doesn't know it. And Dustin and Susie perform Never Ending Story. What did you think of Never Ending Story? I gotta know, because it's baffling.
Good old Dusty Bun, man.
Susie Boo and Dusty Bun.
Redemption for Dustin, because nobody believes that Susie even exists.
Did you think she existed? You think he was making her up?
I was like, this has to come back at some point. Okay. But I was very up in the air. I was just like, but Dustin doesn't seem like a liar, so I was like, she's gotta be... That's got to come back into play at some point.
I was like, we the audience are with Dustin. I believed him.
Yeah.
Same.
And then the song went on long.
Yeah. If they didn't do a second verse, Hopper lives.
Yeah, right? Like, they keep this thing going. They got to finish the whole dang thing. Erica's face on that is classic. And just the monster in the background.
The meat player coming towards them, and they are still, like, distracted enough by this song to, like, not be... Yeah. Oh, so funny.
And they go through the whole dang thing. Oh, I loved it. I
Hopper's
thought
face.
it was great. Great time for some comedic, timing.
It was like
you
a break.
needed it. Yeah.
It was like an intermission.
Yeah. But yeah, like that is like 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like
Yeah, it is
halfway through, I was
long.
like, they're going to keep showing this.
I
like,
will
this is
say-
going to keep on rolling.
Rewatching it is like harder knowing, like you said, knowing that if they had just made it shorter or just somehow been like, no, I'm not, just give me the number.
Right.
Exactly. She's like, I want to hear it. And it's like, Susie, you're going to kill Hopper. You did kill Hopper, actually. Just give him Planck's constant.
So blame it on Susie.
I blame it on Susie.
She didn't know what was going on. But I do like the comedic timing. I like the spot that they put it in.
It really is an intermission in between like a half hour of action.
Yeah.
I mean,
that we needed the lightness of it,
did.
really.
And I love the setting of the mall. All the neon lights.
yeah.
They're blinking the whole time the meat flayer is there. We're in the Gap. We got the cars. We got every food court sign is going crazy. It's one episode after we're in the fair where we're getting just blinking lights. Like, everything is so shiny and wonderful. We did just need a little break.
Yeah.
We needed just because the faces of everyone gets a little break too. Robin's face.
Robin's a great ad.
Like, we need to be reminded that they're all still kids,
Right.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the way they did the mall, like you were saying. You know, everything very authentic 80s.
Yeah.
The mall, the fair, like
The clothes, man.
the Gravitron. I love that ride. You know
yeah.
Hopper's fight.
Gravitron
in the,
gets some play.
Yeah, the Hopper
yeah.
app fighting in the fun house, like that was great. Yeah,
You know, every time I see the Gravitron, I think of like as a kid riding that.
Oh, yeah.
Like always worried that your fingers were going to get caught by the wheels of the like track.
Oh, I never even thought
thing.
of that.
Oh gosh,
I'm never going on one of those
I'm
again.
watching them. I'm watching. When they hold hands, I'm like, don't get your fingers in the cracks. That's what I was thinking about.
I love that lady Sass.
The lady,
yeah.
Running the
She's like,
Gravitrons.
that's the first character to truly stand up to Hopper. Get on the wall.
Magnum PI. Yeah,
So good. Oh,
All right.
so good.
yeah.
Well, let's kind of roll through the teenagers here, or the preteens. What are they? 14? So I guess they are teenagers.
Can I get my Russians?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Got to give me some
Kirk,
Russian flack.
What did you think about the Russians starting in here?
Russians, what are we doing opening up the gate? Why are we trying to do that? I get that we're in the Cold War towards the end of it, but come on. We're not just trying to get through and get monsters out here.
They're thinking they can use it as a weapon.
I guess so. And we're going to just build it under a mall. That's
They
the
had
plan.
to. The area
I mean,
was
what
weak.
a front.
Yeah.
And then this is my biggest pet peeve with the Russians.
Okay.
The 2-key theory. We're going to put both keys in the same briefcase. That's not the way a 2-key theory works.
That's
You know,
a good point.
that never occurred to me
neither.
until just now.
And then we're not going to put the 2 keys far enough away that the shortest lady in the world can strap a belt and reach her hand over and get both keys to go. Russians, terrible
when
design.
you don't pay people, they cut corners. To quote Erica.
I'm just like, what are
So
we
good.
doing? Because you built that massive facility, but you couldn't put the keys in 2 different rooms or farther away than a Joyce hand-to-hand wingspan.
Listen, you
Well, she
bring
got
up
a
a very
belt.
good
She's
point
using a
here.
belt.
She's got a belt, but still, it's Joyce.
Yeah,
like
right.
she's
That's
smaller
a
than the
great
kids
point.
at the point.
Yeah,
That's a great.
yeah.
So Russians, terrible idea.
Who do you think's worse, the Russians for season 3 or the lab? Their decisions across season 2.
Oh man, they're both pretty bad. Government not looking good
Always
through
the
3
government.
seasons. Yeah.
And you know what? Not that unrealistic, to be
No.
honest.
No,
No.
yeah, because season 2, there's like, oh, it's growing. We better keep burning it, and I'm just like, that gate is wide open. That thing is like 3 stories high. Like we
It'll
gotta
surely-
close that thing.
It'll adhere to this room that we've created.
Of course.
It can't go anywhere else.
We'll be fine. Oh, it's spreading to the town. We better look into that. What, are you kidding me?
All these pumpkins are dead.
And then Russians, yeah, we're going over to Hawkins. We're bribing a mayor. We're going to build this massive underground fort.
Yeah.
And they even say a few times, like Alexi's, like, yeah, we got the smartest people and our toughest warriors. And I'm like, you got Dustin and Erica running around beating these guys. Like,
Isn't there like a direct cut from that? Like you can't break in; it's impenetrable, and just go straight to Dustin and Erica.
yeah, right.
Like they're greatest warriors. That kind of
Yeah,
sucks.
this is the best Russia has.
Yeah, exactly. When you don't pay people, they cut corners, Erica.
But I did like Alexa.
Alexei
or Smirnoff.
Okay, I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Him and Murray's relationship was great.
I wish we would have got more of Alexei and Murray.
His death scene, it shouldn't have been funny to me. But Murray in the background doing the corn dogs up and down.
The slow motion corn dog dance is just so conflicting with what is happening.
Right? I'm laughing during that part.
He's doing the Woody.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Can we deviate for a second? I mean, because we loved Alexei, so this just brings us to the point. We never, at the beginning of the episode, asked you who your favorite character was for this season.
Yeah, who's the new...
This season might be Erica.
Erica, nice.
Erica's sass this season is just top notch.
Dude, she's amazing, isn't she?
She is the snottiest little 10-year-old, knows everything. Like, everybody else is just an absolute idiot. Just the way she talks down to everybody is fantastic. Her explaining capitalism... And she's like, communism doesn't work. Do you guys know what capitalism is? I want to hear what's in it for Erica.
She's so good and she's so smart. And I love like it slowly uncovering, good golly, that she's actually a nerd.
Yeah, she's like slowly revealing that, or Dustin slowly revealing that to her.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's a good scene too.
I love that.
She goes through the Miss Pony or whatever.
All
nerd tropes.
Yeah.
She's a nerd.
I gotta say, I was really hoping that Murray would still be your favorite because he's totally my favorite, but Erica's a good one.
Just didn't get enough Murray, I guess. But I love...
Never get enough Murray.
Murray's able to just like, figure out who people are so quick.
Yeah, he does the same routine with Hopper and Joyce.
Yeah, and
I hate kids.
Spare me.
Yeah, him and Alexei laughing at Joyce and Hopper for not having sex in the background.
Yeah. They haven't had sex?
No, and they just crack up. And Hopper's face during that, he's just like,
they're both humbled quite a bit.
So good. I love that Murray, who's like so untrusting, like becomes friends with Alexei so easily.
Yeah, like hours before he was like scanning him, like I will scan him until I am satisfied. Yeah.
but also the guard when they get underground.
Oh yeah, he's
like, what? He was a nice guard.
He was a nice guard. So Erica, that's good. We were talking before about so you believe everything about the gate, about 11, about Hopper, about the superpowers, but you do not believe that Lucas is involved.
That's correct.
Okay. Buys everything else. Yeah. She was a nice ad. I didn't know if I was not expecting her to be in this season a lot. Because season 2, she gets introduced a little bit.
Yeah.
But I just figured,
think like she has to be like...
Most of the family's just kind of off doing whatever.
Right.
Yeah, her becoming like a part of the main story, I think was a great like surprise and treat for season 3. She wasn't just hanging up the walkie. She was literally, she was part of Operation Child Endangerment.
Yes. Can we stop calling it that?
Let's talk about the whole Scoops Troops plot here and pivot to who I thought might be your favorite character, new character, Robin. What did you think of Robin?
I did like Robin. Ad. It is, the whole Scoops Troops was fantastic.
Damn, so good.
Robin she's just bored. That's how she gets into it. I love that the way she admits that. She's like, I want to help with the translation because I'm so bored of this.
Right.
And she just gets in it. She cracks the code, which is also hilarious.
She's damn smart.
She does. And they need her.
Her wit with Steve is just spot on the whole time.
We get like this chemistry. We already have Dustin and Steve of this great acting chemistry. Now we got Steve and Robin. Like it's and Erica. It's just like the dream team.
She's so quick too. Like, I don't know. She just adds that comedic edge that you didn't know that you needed in Stranger Things.
Oh yeah. I love them being drugged.
Yes,
that was hilarious.
Yeah, what did you think of those scenes? There's the one they're drugged and they fall over in the chair. And, Robin saying, like, I was obsessed with you. I can't believe I'm going to die in the basement of a Russian...
With Steve the Hare Harrington. Great nickname, by the way.
And then they escape.
Only to find out that she wasn't into him.
Mm-hmm. She was into the girl that was into Steve.
Yeah, what did you think of that scene?
In the bathroom when they're finally coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, no, they're going to... this is going to be another couple. I was like, they work well together, but I didn't want them to be a couple. So I was kind of glad.
Yeah.
So you weren't with Dustin's like trying to ship them the whole time. But you were not.
I was like, we don't need another romance. Well, there's so much romance in this season. Like there's Joyce and Hopper.
High five, Kirk.
Yeah.
I'm so with you. I love they didn't put them together.
Yeah,
Me too.
But they got along so well, and the way they cope with that is so smooth. You know, he just comments on whoever she liked. She's like, "Oh, she's a total dud."
Yeah,
It's like,
he just moves on.
Were you
It's
worried,
like
though?
True good guy, Steve.
Yeah,
I love that scene because there is like that tension there. Because like in the 80s, to say that that you're a girl who likes girls, that is a huge
To be gay
deal.
in the 80s,
Like, it was a big deal in the 2000s. People just like nowadays, I feel like you could just do it, and that's good. But do people really understand how much she was risking to tell him that?
Do kids that are watching this?
No, and it's such a pause. He like pauses for so long. And then you see him be disapproval. And then, like you said, Kirk, what he's disapproving of is that Tammy Thompson is a total dud.
She's tone deaf. She sings like a Muppet.
I love that they like both start singing like Muppets. It's like that camaraderie.
That's one of the best feeling moments as they sing Total Eclipse of the Heart and the music swells into it. And I need you more than ever.
And like you were saying at the beginning of our podcast, like who they coupled together, like keeping them as friends up even like at the very end of this season when they're getting the job at the video store. They are such a good like couple. Like,
they bounce off each other well. Like,
so good.
Two classic friends. They needed that. And Robin's hilarious in the beginning too, and just even before all the drugs and getting captured, just them in the elevator.
You're such a dingus.
Yeah. Steve taking the piss. Can you redirect that?
I love dingus. She calls him dingus multiple times.
How many little kid friends do you have?
It is so nice. We've rewatched it so many times. We know they're not going to be a couple, but that's really like I think one of the reasons the show resonated so well, or that scene resonated so well. It's like, we don't need another couple. Yeah, so that's really interesting, and I agree with that.
Yeah, because I feel like they were kind of pushing it that way, or making you want. Like Dustin definitely pushing it that way.
Steve's so blind he can't see the best girl for him is right in front of him. Yeah. That's like an '80s trope that they're playing with.
And Steve doesn't need a girl right now.
No,
Steve needs a little single time, a little humble pie. He's working.
He needs to find himself, his own confidence.
Just him working at the ice cream place in the mall is hilarious to me.
It's like that outfit, the scoops.
Yeah, him hitting on the women in the beginning is hilarious. Also,
ahoy, ladies!
Yeah. What I think Robin's got the chart of you suck and success.
Rule,
like
that became a big meme of 2019 to have the you suck and you rule.
Okay. That was
Robin in it.
That was perfect. That whole group, perfect.
Uma Thurman's daughter, by the way.
Really?
Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke. That's
wow.
And now if you go and like rewatch any of that, you can really see it.
Oh, especially what scene did we like? That's Uma.
Was it when they're in the chairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they're being tortured by the Russians, we're like, that is Uma Thurman right there.
Yeah.
In a classic Uma role. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, morons. Morons. You left some scissors in here. Morons.
All right. Well, let's talk the couples. Let's talk about Teenage Wasteland. Whoa, yeah. So the trailer for season 3 was to Baba O'Reilly's Teenage Wasteland, which I always thought was a great choice because obviously that song didn't come out in 1985. It came out in like 70 or 71.
Yeah.
But I love that about Stranger Things. We're not just existing solely in the year.
Because the 70s still happened.
Yeah. And people in 85 are still listening to The Who. Trust me. I was there.
Well,
I was there. Trust me.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I was 4 months old during the Battle of Starcourt, right? So July 4th. So I was 4 months. You guys wouldn't know.
You were listening to The Who.
You guys wouldn't know.
Okay.
You guys wouldn't know.
Yeah, this guy remembers everything. Side tangent, best song of the whole show was after chapter 4, the "We'll Meet Again."
Oh, God.
Don't know when. That whole scene, that was fantastic.
That brings the creepy moment.
Oh my gosh. Miles, you were saying that that's like one of your least favorite episodes.
It's the sauna test. The battle in the sauna test I don't really like that.
Really? Yeah, I like the sauna test.
I did too, but like the end really gets me the most. It's so creepy.
When Billy actually grabs 11 by the throat. Like that is like, 11 is not invincible. Like
Right.
Okay, but she's like squished like 8 people's heads at her whim in season 1. Why is this even a fight? Like what?
Yeah, and then it's shocking that Billy actually is putting up a fight.
I don't know. The sauna test to me doesn't have the it's okay. It's okay, but I always am a little underwhelmed by it because
he's got the mind flayer in him.
I know, but
got that mind flare.
One of the things that sets me off in the mind test is when Mike is like, Billy, like it feels like everything is being done like outside of the characters, and a missed opportunity in the sauna test. I think you're supposed to feel that Max doesn't want 11 to kill Billy.
I think you do feel that.
I didn't feel. You don't get any shots of Max. I have not felt that any time.
You see her in the back. She is like genuinely worried.
Okay, I don't want to complain about the sauna test again. We already did this, and I obviously love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't love it as much as I love the Battle of Starcourt.
I know. Comparing
That's
two
fair.
things that you love.
Yeah. Let's talk about 11 and Mike and the just time they get together as a couple. I'm glad they got at least this 8 months together as a couple
To just make out on the bed.
He's singing Corey Hart. What is that song?
Oh, yeah.
He's singing it.
You don't like it? No.
Oh,
Not at all.
But ultimately Mike lies, and it's so obvious. One of the another funniest, Nana's sick. Did Nana call? Mom, how many times? Hang up the phone. It all leads to the moment at the mall when 11 says, I dump your ass.
oh, so
Ding,
good.
ding, 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 cold as ice.
Which is like all set up from Max just playing, Max being like the girlfriend. Oh,
Right.
boys are stupid. And
Yeah.
I guess that is something you would do at that age.
Absolutely.
It's so 14.
It's so
Both-
accurate.
What Mike and Lucas are saying and what Max and 11 are saying is just cringe
Yeah.
teenager stuff.
I had like PTSD hating that part. I was like, oh, you stupid girls. Girls are so dumb. Like I went full boy mode. I was like,
oh, man. And
So
of
you're-
course I was
they're
on
just a
their
different
side.
species.
yeah, right. I was falling on that. Spying on him, Lucas ripping one. That
was great.
That was hilarious. But yeah, like they didn't get too much time to be together. And it is full Max that's like, oh yeah, dump him.
Well,
Which apparently
Well,
she's
they have
dumped
been
Lucas
together
5
for the
times.
last 8 months.
Yeah. I love that 11 says, I dump your ass, because she doesn't know that it's actually just dump. Because she's only heard it once from Max when Max said you dump his ass. So she thought that was just the regular thing to say.
How you would say that, yeah.
Well, you talked a lot about this while we were rewatching it this time, that 11 really is like copying everything that Max says.
Yeah. We noticed that a lot more this rewatch, that she's like mimicking and almost taking on Max's personality, which is part of what Mike kind of brings up later. Like you're just using your influence over 11 now. Like get off your high horse a little bit, Max.
When Max is trying to be like, she can make her own decisions. Yeah, it's like you're influencing too. Like, what are you talking about?
But it's also like, I don't know, I always had very strong friends, and I was such a like follower. I can just totally see how 11 is being influenced by Max, excuse me. I just see that.
Yeah.
It's so easy to see.
And I think at the end, they both like understand you do need more than just Mike. It's good that you have Max now and that you went through that.
Yeah. And Mike acknowledges that too, which is good.
I was disappointed in Nancy in that scene when they're like, Max comes in and is like, who should get to decide what 11 does? 11 or Mike? And Nancy's like, yeah, let her do like 11 nearly killed herself both times, season 1 and 2. Like 11 saved the world twice, and Mike still doesn't trust her. It's like, yeah, 11 was going to die for all of us, and she would die for us right now. And like we should be like conscious of that and be like, hey, pull back a little bit. Or I feel like that. You don't agree with this, Kathleen? Your face is like horrified right now.
It's not horrified. It's just in disagreement.
Okay.
I think. I think that she just sees that they really need 11. 11 is their only option. That's one of the things. But she's also like a strong, empowered woman. Like, how dare you like think that 11 isn't capable?
But is it about man or woman? I mean, is that really about that?
I think that's where she is in this whole season.
Nancy,
that's where she is. That's what she's struggling with the newspaper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so of
that's
course.
she brings that into that scene. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of makes it.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I mean, like, definitely, but the adult thing to do would be to, like, protect 11 in some capacity.
Yes. Yeah. See, like, I feel like Nancy was the adult in that situation. And she should have been like, yeah, there's like a whole garbage full of blood because 11 has been searching for people all day. We probably should. And she will not stop. She will not stop. She doesn't want to disappoint. Like, we don't know what's going to happen. Like, that's what I was thinking for Nancy. But Nancy also is not a perfect person. I think I'm kind of like coming around to that. Like, Nancy is like, I'm so sick of those freaking guys at the paper.
Yes.
And now Mike sounds like one of those guys because of the way Max framed it, of course.
Yes.
But like that kind of makes more sense to me. I was thinking of Nancy as like this empirical, what she becomes in later seasons. But I just
don't give anything away.
No.
That was vague enough.
That was a good call. That was good, Kathleen.
Yeah.
I mean, because I see that now, like, they are all carrying their own feelings into this discussion of saving the town. Like, Max is being a careless teenage girl, and Mike is being a stupid, jealous teenage boy, and Nancy is still super pissed about all the sexist newspaper guys.
Yeah, but I didn't like they don't seem to acknowledge how naive 11 is. That she doesn't really know anything. Like, she'll say, I'll dump your ass because she doesn't know what dumping is. Mm-hmm. But then we're like, she'll just say, I got this. And everyone's like, oh, you got superpowers. Let's just let her do whatever they want. I thought it was a legitimate question. Is she going to cause brain damage to herself? Because nobody knows her powers. And we're just trusting 11 to know this. 11 came off very naive to me in this whole season. Like, she is like...
Well, again, it's that, like...
She hasn't been a kid.
Yeah. She hasn't been a kid. Mm-hmm. It's also that age too. Like, coming of age, you're going through puberty. You're like, you really don't know anything yet.
Yeah, and we keep it messy though. I like that it's messy like this.
I love that they wrote that so well. Yeah. I think it's so accurate.
Yeah, and it's messy because like they're trying to save the world. They're worried about she might die, but also like, did Mike just say he loves me? You know, and then Mike won't say it later. Like, there's like, we got this like preteen drama happening within these like real stakes. It's so Mike not wanting to say love. You know, they say like blank makes it crazy. You know, in the name of blank. You know, all you need is blank. Blank is all you need.
This is what old people do. Old people. It's just like Mike's not describing it well. Like,
a horrible job. Well, put a pin in that too, of course.
Yeah. It was a what I don't remember how they put it. It's a sub worry or a subtext thing.
Okay, yeah.
Like Will gets mad at him for something, and like, this is what you're really worried about? No, it's just a sub worry. This isn't the real problem. But
right.
Like
we got to talk Will.
Oh,
yeah.
Kirk, you said you wanted a season without Will getting tortured. You wanted a season where Will just gets to be a kid. Were you satisfied?
Will didn't get to be a kid again. Everybody's dealing with their emotional things. Even Dustin's got a long distance relationship going.
Yeah.
Lucas has got Max. Mike's got 11, and all he wants to do is just play some D&D. He doesn't get to do it.
Well, they are growing up, but that's like part of it too. I mean, he missed a big chunk of his childhood because of the Upside Down.
Yeah.
And now he's trying to relive that, but now all of his friends are moving on.
Yeah. I wanted to see a little more Will. Mm-hmm. But, man, one thing that bothered me about Will.
Please say it. No.
Is there a counter on how many times he grabs the back of his neck?
And how effective is it?
Yeah, right? He's like, oh, he's here. And I'm just
crap.
We all know this by now, Will. Stating the obvious.
Saw it in the driveway.
Yeah, you finally felt that chill on the back of the neck?
That everybody else already noticed?
Yeah. My joke, Kirk, was that Will did not sense the meat flare while it climbed up the wall of the mall. Only once it was on the ceiling of the mall, which is significantly less helpful.
He is not helpful this season.
No. So you feel Will was kind of relegated? Is that what you mean?
Just kind of, he's buddy of all these guys. He doesn't seem to fit in too well.
Well, that's that is the point.
I felt kind of bad for him, in a different way. He wasn't being tortured for 2 seasons, but now he's just kind of like not part of the group.
Yeah.
So we're making progress.
We are making progress, and at the end they kind of save it. He's gonna, when he comes back, you know, he's going to play D&D with Mike or whatever, but he's like, I'll just do it with you. It's like, well, we thought you'd find a new party. And he's like, no, it's not possible, you know?
Yeah.
That scene in the garage, that hit me hard on this rewatch when Will is like, you know, why you just want to go swap spit with some girl? And that really upsets Mike because Elle is not some girl to him, and he wants Elle to be part of the whole party, but he lashes out with, it's not our fault you don't like girls. And there's just that like face drop for Will. It like that hit me so hard this time around.
Yeah.
It's like, man,
that is like a classic problem that like a teenage boy at that time would go through.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
you know, your friends are starting to like girls and somebody actually gets a girlfriend and they just want to spend all their time with their girlfriend when you've just been hanging out with this friend of yours for years and years and years. You got all this childhood stuff going on and all of a sudden you just like girls now and I'm nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think that's so accurate. Like not every kid matures at the same rate. And so he's really being left behind, again, probably contributing to all the trauma he's gone through.
Yeah.
So like I love, again, the Duffer Brothers, they're genius. The way that they're able to like put all those tiny little nuances into their writing, it really shows how accurately it is like growing up at that age.
Well, Kirk, you inadvertently sided with Kathleen in a big season 3, thing we had, which is like, what is the undercurrent of that garage scene? Do we think that Mike is saying like, I know that you're gay, which, you know, that's been kind of a through line, or do you think it is like a not growing up at the same rate? And Kathleen made a really long and good point that it was more about growing up.
Yeah,
even though it was certainly part of it, but
yeah, I took it that way. I didn't take it as he was gay. I guess there'd been no hint towards that either.
Right.
Well, the first episode does say Lonnie thinks he's a queer.
Really?
Just throwing that out there.
I
missed
that part. Yeah. I thought it was more of a growing of age.
Yeah.
We all have girlfriends. Sorry, we're not interested in these old, stupid games that we used to play. And Will's like, when did this happen?
Yeah.
Why am I not part of the group?
Yeah, we were
Like,
we were just playing games together.
yeah, we were doing this just not that long ago, and now all of a sudden you guys don't want to play games with me. Can't we be friends and you have a girlfriend? That seemed like where Will was coming from.
Yeah.
And Mike just, classic kind of oversaw it because he's the one who has a girlfriend.
Why I just love the teenage wasteland. This is all so messy, and people like us and people across the internet apply such like nuanced, like, theories and stuff to these things they say, but they are 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
Have you ever been around 14-year-olds and like tried to make sense of what they say? They're written that way. And I really like that. It's messy. Like Mike is an absolute jerk and he's absolutely on time and like on point with some things, like almost in the same like minute sometimes. And so is Max and so is Will. So it just, again, season 3 killed it this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they do write him as teenagers.
Yeah.
Because I was not happy with Max for quite a bit of the season. Or even she mentioning about the dumping. She's like, I've dumped Lucas 5 times since we've been dating. And I'm like, really?
That's another young thing, though. Like,
and Lucas's side is that a new zit? He's just drinking all the water. Like, Lucas seems like a hard boyfriend.
Yeah. Lucas has not got things figured out.
No.
Lucas is hilarious this
He's
season,
so
by
funny.
the way.
Lucas just keep mocking my
when
plan,
he
Mike.
spits the water back into the jug to give it to her, like, do you think she's going to drink that now?
Right.
He's like, solution-based problem solving, babe.
Their argument about the new Coke.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious. Just needed that comedic timing. It's
bolder.
Yeah.
Better.
I was like, what are we doing? An advertisement in the middle of the show?
They actually did roll out new Coke again in 2019.
Oh, really?
As a part of a sponsorship.
Did we talk about this? Did I know about this and I just forgot?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, boy.
I think so.
Oh, boy. Well, that's news to me.
Let's quickly touch on Nancy and Jonathan at the paper, since we're almost getting time to do the MVP and the what an idiot section. But Nancy and Jonathan, they are working side jobs at the paper, and they both get fired because Nancy is going to get the story.
Yep.
Of course, the whole paper gets flayed. What did you think of like Nancy and Jonathan? They have a huge fight in the middle of the car where essentially Jonathan says, you are spoiled and rich, and you play with this job like it's nothing. And Nancy says, you do not see how sexist and rude those stupid guys were. And they both kind of like just get, I mean, if not for the Mind Flayer, like they would be in the fight the whole season. So.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They were both kind of right. They're arguing different points. Mm-hmm. I think
my man Kirk.
I'm with Jonathan. Absolutely. Nancy needed to hear that. You're spoiled little from Maple Road or whatever. I don't have 2 houses and rich parents and all this stuff. He's absolutely on point, which he retracts later.
Yeah, he says he was wrong.
And I'm like, no, you weren't wrong, Jonathan. Stick to your word. Like, she's a spoiled little teenage, the whole first 2 seasons. I'm like, oh, Nancy. Everybody loves Nancy. Oh, Nancy.
Anti-Nancy.
Were you just so excited then to see her like a notch down this season?
Yeah. It was, I mean, it was hard. The feminism thing, those people just laughing at her was just like almost over the
assholes.
top. Like they were full board. But like, I got it because it's like, this is 85.
Yep.
Like, women just got to be allowed to play sports like a decade ago.
There's
sexism is still like a huge thing.
Like we just talked about, like the Robin coming out. This was more real than you think.
Yeah. Like there's definitely, it didn't just end in the 70s and we're like, oh, women power and everything's fine. We're still fighting that today.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely not over. So then that in the workplace, you can almost call it sexual harassment at that point. Like they were definitely, they are rude to Nancy. Like
they are so rude. Like,
but Nancy goes full Nancy mode and just tries to save the day. Jonathan's completely right. Yeah, I'm going to get the story. I'm going to be the one that's right. I'm always the good one.
I mean, to say he's completely right, I don't fully agree with you there. But I do think that what he's saying that like the job isn't as important to her as it is to him in the aspect that she doesn't depend on it, whereas he does. However, her having zero respect in the workplace, that is huge. Yeah. I mean, that is enormous. And she's trying to break away from like what her mom has essentially lived her entire life. She doesn't want to be her mom. She wants to be her own strong person that doesn't depend on some rich man to be her husband to take care of her, and she becomes the housewife.
And I did love that talk when Nancy finally actually goes to her mom and talks about that. Like, it's like, thank you. It's fine. Like, finally somebody goes to their parent and says, I have a problem. Yes. Like, and they actually talk about it. And Karen, I think I always call her Mrs. Wheeler, but that's Karen, actually gives some good advice. Yeah. I was like, wow.
Let's finish the story.
There we go. Right? Like, let's go, Mrs. Wheeler. You're going to have an affair in episode 1, but now you're actually coming up well.
I love, speaking of Mrs. Wheeler, I love that she's like, you see her coming back to Ted. They're on the Ferris wheel and there's just like this loving moment. But then when they're getting off of the Gravitron and she gives them the look, like, there it is.
Like they say, there's someone for everyone. And her look is just like, oh my God.
God dang,
why did I marry you?
I think like Nancy has shown so much more. Like when Jonathan in the first season calls her like, you're a good girl, having your little rebellious face, and you're going to give that up, and you're going to go live with that. Like Nancy has completely shed that and shown that she is special and shown that she just gets stuff done.
Yeah.
And the paper should have realized that. Like they've got a like special person on their hands.
It never occurred to them that a woman could do it.
Exactly. It never even occurred to them. But I will point out, multiple times she tells Jonathan they won't get fired.
Oh,
I did not notice that before, but in like all 3 chapters, she's like, we're not going to get fired. Like she says, I'm like, oh, and then they do get fired.
I love like
which was good. They needed that.
Like
they did.
I love your perspective as a boss. Like that really resonates with you when he's firing them.
It's like I feel for Nancy and Jonathan, but like you were directly told not to do this, and you can't represent yourself as a reporter. And it's like my hands are like completely tied. Like I cannot go back to anyone else and say, I'm allowing you to continue to report for this paper. Yeah. You presented as a reporter and you're an intern.
He lists off 6 facts very well.
While flayed.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tom.
Yeah. surprisingly not mad at Jonathan this season.
Right?
Okay, so you
finally stepped up a little bit. He actually, tries to defend things.
Yeah.
The whole running through the hospital. By the way, where are all the workers in the hospital?
only the one lady.
Well, everybody's dead on that floor.
I guess so.
No,
Yeah.
the whole floor is dead. It's like a construction zone too.
And,
so they
and
kinda
no
have
other
that.
floor is aware of this, though.
Yeah,
I know, right?
And Will, by the way,
Will again, yeah.
Nancy and Jonathan have both each killed a flayed person. The lights are flickering everywhere, and Will goes, "They're here," or "He's here."
Yeah.
It's
You're
like,
far too late, Will.
Yeah,
Why are you never on
All right.
time?
absolutely.
Yeah.
useless.
we got to get to MVP and least valuable player, LVP. Kathleen, let's start with you. Who's the MVP of season 3?
God, why are you starting with me?
This is a tough one. Season 3 is tough.
It is tough. I don't know. I feel like it's even harder now rewatching it so many times because I think that everybody has their own role. Maybe Erica.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe Erica, I've like her inner nerd coming out. She's the one that's able to like crawl into the vents. Although maybe she shouldn't be doing that in the first place. So
Team Child Endangerment.
yeah, I don't know. That's just, it's too hard.
Well, you're definitely right. This is an ensemble performance. Like, everyone has a little piece. What about you, Kirk?
Yeah. See, I was kind of going to go like Dustin for the communication sense.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause-
Shoot. I changed my answer. It's
yeah.
Dustin.
Okay.
Because him busting in and rescuing Steve and whatnot with the cattle prod.
He's got the cerebro that he built
Yeah,
that allows them to,
yeah, and he's able to communicate. Love him talking to Murray, calling him Bald Eagle.
Yeah.
Love that. It's great.
But
Call
he
sign.
comes up with the plan
It's a
as to
bald
how to
eagle.
navigate them.
Yeah.
Like,
So he really figures out a lot about the underground forge. He picks up the signal first. Like, he's got the
Yeah.
cerebro, so he figures out the signal. He goes to Steve. He trusts Robin.
he saves Steve and Robin.
Yeah. They get in there. They get out. He explains things to people. He's drawn out a map for them.
Yeah.
He's talking about the air ducts, how to get in, get out. I feel like he kind of ran the show of how to get under the base. But him killing Mind Flayer wise, I guess they do have to close the gate. So I don't know. I'm going Dustin.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Dustin.
Yeah.
It's 11.
11.
The analytics show
No.
that 11, you don't even realize how many things 11 does in this season. It's so mundane. Like, they don't even know where Hopper is if she doesn't find him. They don't even know Dustin's at the mall if she doesn't find him.
They don't even know that Billy's
They don't know that Billy's. She does so much to move them into the right places this season, and it's ironic because this is the only season that she doesn't perform the final kill hit, but she gets them everywhere, and she unlocks the key in Billy, which I guess only buys a couple seconds.
They needed to close the gate.
They needed to close the gate, and Lucas's fireworks. Shout out to them.
How? Yeah.
I don't know. I would have
like
to say
that.
maybe equal to Dustin
Equal
because you
to-
couldn't do a lot of
I
things
could-
that happen
okay,
without
I could
Dustin
go a
either.
Peyton Manning, Steve McNair situation.
Okay.
Co MVPs, 11 and Dustin.
2003? 2003 co-MVPs? Kathleen.
Yeah, of
I was-
course I know.
I thought someone might make a pitch for Joyce here. Joyce,
Well, Joyce was
Joyce
going to be
again
one of my
drives-
choices as well.
she again drives the urgency that wasn't going to be there. The best line, probably in all of Stranger Things. This is Antique Chariot's partner, Wheelbarrow.
So good.
I feel like Joyce is driving it, but she didn't do much. She needed everybody's help.
Yeah, God, this was
They
such
don't
a-
know how to translate Russian. Like Murray
Yeah.
steps up big in that.
Yeah.
But she does turn the key, which is not far enough apart. We put 2 keys in the same briefcase. What are we doing? Like, just the infrastructure of it all. You build this bunker and you're going to leave the keys that close.
government's
that still
not.
gets me.
Yeah, the government's not performing well. You mentioned something that the U.S. government showing up too late.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to defend the U.S. government in this case.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding.
This is a first.
Okay, the U.S. government comes in and they're searching the whole underground bunker, and do they find anything?
No.
Yeah, useless.
No,
Okay.
no Russians, no nothing. They just see the gate being.
Yeah, I guess they
There.
do take a long time. We don't know where they're coming from. And I've seen people post like, oh, no firefighters show up, no policemen show up. I feel like Owens is making sure none of the local teams know about it because they can't be the first ones to go in there and see 40 dead people in the shape of a meat monster.
Yeah.
All right.
Which was awesome, by the way.
And it's not just people, by the way. There's like 800 rats.
Ew, that's right.
The rats exploding.
It stinks in there.
The people just coming down the stairs, just turning into mush.
Yeah, what does that smell like?
Can't smell good. Yeah.
Death.
Just it's bleach and goo.
Yeah.
And it's just
like rotting goo.
I don't know.
The bones, bone fragments that gets me.
Yeah, and they're eating fertilizer and like cleaning detergents. There's maybe that was to help with the smell.
Yeah. Let's just say the food court ain't appetizing right now.
No, it is not.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
MVP's tough. Like you said, it's ensemble kind of based.
Yeah. Well, does that make LVP tough as well? Least valuable player? What do you think, Kirk? Who's your LVP?
I mean, I hate just giving it to Jonathan every season, but
back-to-back winner.
Jonathan, man.
Back-to-back winner.
I mean, he doesn't do a lot. He does fight a bit. In this one, he does kill a flayed person. I liked that.
Oh, yeah.
So he does actually do a little bit. He even tries to, cut out what's in after the bite. He tries to cut out that piece and
11.
dig in. So he's got a little more to him. But honestly, if I'm going LVP, might be Max.
Really?
Max doesn't do a ton to solve anything.
That's a good point.
Like she goes through the ringer in this season, but Billy's the main flayed.
She's doubting 11 when 11
she's
tries
definitely
to tell
the
her
skeptic.
that something's going on with Billy.
Yeah. So I don't know. Max didn't seem to contribute a ton. She's always around. She's always there, but I don't know. There was something about her this season. I was like, I need more Max. I need more explanation of her.
She's still performing that skeptic role. I felt like that was okay at the beginning of the season with 11. Like I wouldn't have wanted them both to be like, oh no, Billy's a meat monster. Yeah.
Maybe it was just episode 2 for me. Just the whole material girl thing just set me on the wrong mood with Max.
It's better on rewatch.
Man, I love Max.
It's better on rewatch, I tell you. You just trust it so much more now that you know where the Starcourt stuff is coming from.
Okay.
Least valuable player is Will.
That's what I was going to say. It's Will. It's absolutely Will. His quote unquote powers are absolutely useless. I mean, he's like, people are already determining that the meat flayer is there before he even notices it with his powers. Yeah.
All right.
They hear it coming.
Never mind. I'm going to Will 100%.
Okay. All right.
Will, man. Jeez. Do something, boy.
Roll the dice for season 4.
I know, right?
All right, Kirk. Speaking of season 4, what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah.
Well, I got a nice piece of humble pie trying to pick season 3 because I was on my high horse after season 2. Oh, this is a tough one. I will say, like I said, I think Hopper's alive. I think Hopper's in the upside down. Okay. He went through that gate. The whole Russian thing at the very end really threw me off because the gate's closed, but there's a Demogorgon. So does the gates open again, I guess? Just in Russia? How are we going to get all to Russia? I don't get any of that.
Good prediction.
We're not going to Russia, I don't think. But I do think we might actually go to the inside a little bit more because I think Hopper's alive. Somehow we have to get to him.
Okay.
And, but then Joyce is moving, so this must take part. They mentioned coming back in Christmas or something. Mm-hmm. So that, try to get the Mike and 11 fling going again, and there's got to be some sort of American government versus Russian government thing here. There's got to be more to that. Now that we know that Russia's more in it, Owens has got to do something. Owens has got a
cameo for Owens. At the end.
Owens has got to play a role in here somehow. Somehow these governments are going to screw things up again. Because the government has been the LVP.
We've talked about how dumb they are.
LVP for the first 3 seasons is the government.
The lab and the Russians, for sure.
Both of the governments. Yeah. And I'm thinking that was a mind flare, but it was wasn't the real mind flare, I guess. Yeah, the rat body meat bag.
The meat flare.
The meat flare. Yeah. I still think there's something from the inside that is the real villain. Somebody's running something from down here. And I would like some explanation about the void. I don't know
like
if
the water world. Like,
yeah, wherever the heck 11 goes all the time. Maybe that's not going to happen in season 4, but it would be nice to get something about that water world spot.
The water world spot.
Yeah.
What do you think the town? Because we also get in the epilogue get that
the
like
news report.
The Hawkins is hating town. Some people say it's rise of
Which was a great 80s report.
It was, so because this was big. A lot of stuff happened. People were walking away from the fair, and they never came back.
Yeah,
they died in the mall.
How do you cover that up?
Yeah.
There's going to be some Hawkins skepticism, and the town did grow more this season, which I did like. So maybe there's something about the newspaper, getting something done, a new conspiracy of Hawkins, a lot of antitrust towards the police. Maybe there's a new chief. Because Hopper's gone, so maybe those two schmucks that
Powell and Callahan,
those guys, man, the two worst police
one
officers
of them,
ever were.
No, one of them's okay. The other one,
Callahan,
Callahan,
the worst
sucks.
character
Yeah.
in Stranger Things.
Yeah, I don't know this is a tough one to predict, but I'm thinking,
really is.
I'm thinking
just so
Hopper's
much
alive.
more.
Joyce is going to be gung ho to go into the upside down, and I'm not sure who the real villain is, and I'm guaranteeing that the government's going to F something up.
Okay. I do have our predictions for season 4, Kathleen. They are underwhelming to say the least.
Do we want to tell him what our predictions
We can
are?
tell him
because we did talk about how bad our predictions were.
No, okay. I won't tell him our predictions for season 4, volume 2, but our predictions for season 4, volume 1 bordered on incompetence. You said it's going to be a Roswell situation in Hawkins, and I said anything else? You said, we'll find out May 27th. That's your prediction.
That's all I said.
That's all you said. And I said...
What did I mean by that?
What, full alien mode?
Season 4 was coming out on May 27th. So...
But what did I mean about the Roswell situation?
Great question. I didn't ask you to elaborate. I listened to it today.
Yeah.
It's just top-notch podcasting.
Are you sure I said?
And I said, and mine's even worse, I said, well, Steve and Nancy, all I know is Steve and Nancy need to get out of the video store business before Netflix puts an end to it in 20 years. So we sucked at making predictions.
We didn't really make any predictions.
I would listen, I was like, oh, I can't wait to hear what we said. Yeah.
And that's all we said.
This was like March 2022, and I'm just like, oh, I wonder what we said.
Yeah,
so
you guys are out there calling me an idiot season after season.
That's
Jeez,
it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we knew that no matter what we guessed, we were going to sound like idiots. And so
I think we were also kind of rebelling. Like, we're not a speculation podcast.
Yeah.
We just want to say what we love about the show, not predict the show. So we were being a little snarky as well.
But I
Okay.
do feel like we made way more predictions for part 2.
We did. We had a whole episode about it, so we'll be able to fill that. So when we come back, we're first going to do the "What an Idiot" section with Kirk. Then we're going to do season 4, volume 1 for the next episode, and then we'll do a separate episode for season 4, volume 2. So we'll have a chance to do this again.
Okay.
In between.
We're going to need the time to discuss.
You said episode 7. I have to stop.
Yeah, stop after 7.
Okay, I can do that.
Yep. All right.
Well, Kirk, thank you for joining us. All you listeners, please stay tuned for our What an Idiot segment next. All right, welcome back to our What an Idiot segment where we just rip on Kirk for getting all of his incorrect
predictions. We got some meat on the bone this time. I feel like he is especially, wrong when he says, I don't think we're going to Russia.
What an idiot!
This is what we wanted.
That's what I thought. I was like, thank God he's finally starting to get some stuff wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so wrong there.
We did a great job not spoiling that he totally predicted season 4 with his season 2.
That was really hard not to spoil.
We let him be like, I've been humbled, I've been wrong, because he had predicted the numbers and the more human villain, and
But now we finally get to rip into him.
It's nice. So he thinks Russia isn't coming.
No, right? Oh boy, here we go. I do like that he thought Hopper was alive in the Upside Down, because honestly, I think that that's what I thought too.
Yeah, that he had launched himself into the gate
and he's
as
just
it closed.
surviving in there.
Yeah,
so,
well, that would make sense. But
Yeah.
we had, like, what then happens? I feel like maybe
how
even
does he live for however long it takes to get to season 4?
Where does
right?
the drama come from? You know, one of
Right.
the things I love about season 4, which we're obviously going to talk about, is how like long real world time you watch Hopper before he is reunited. You know, it allows you to feel that this season 3 death a lot more. The fact that it's really like 9 hours before he ever sees Joyce again, and like 11 hours before he sees 11 again. Like, it allows you to feel it a little bit. It still matters.
Right. So back to what an idiot.
Back to the idiot. Poor Kirk. I did ask him on the way down the stairs, because it wasn't in the podcast, but I asked him on the stairs if he thinks what he thinks happening with 11's powers. And I did get another little idiot nugget out of him.
Yeah, what did he say there?
He thinks that 11's powers will just come back. And that
suddenly.
the battery is just dead. But
What an idiot!
in the 3-month epilogue, she still doesn't have her powers.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting.
That's like a whole subject of season 4. It's her regaining her powers.
Yeah, but I don't remember like ever really having a good theory on that either. Like, it was almost like it could have ended fully with her not having her powers anymore and getting to be a normal kid.
Yeah.
It just, all of this just reinforces. Honestly,
it's not allowed to do that.
I know, but we haven't been able to call him an idiot enough. I feel like it just reinforces. It reinforces that each time the season the whole series could have ended with each one of the last 3 seasons. There's not enough.
I was disappointed again at how many things that he like didn't necessarily get right, but is in the right direction. Like he talks about like he thinks it's going to be Americans versus Russia, and he thinks Owens is going to do something. Owens is kind of, you know, in season 4 he orchestrates getting 11 into the Nina project. So, I mean, he is involved. I to give him credit for that, though, that's maybe a little far. But when he says he didn't think that the meat Flayer is going to be the main villain, when he thinks we're getting a real villain, I was like, oh, well, he's right on that one.
That was, I know, I hate that too, because I feel like that's something I never really picked up on, is that the mind Flayer as a villain, meat Flayer as a villain, you know, that there was going to be like another layer. And he didn't predict what the layer would be.
That's true.
But he did predict that there would be kind of another, like a real quirk in that.
Which is funny, because that's like not what I wanted. I was actually mad that we had a different villain when...
We love the timeless evil.
Yes,
the timeless
ancient
evil. That's what we love. And we've talked about that many times. So... I don't know. I think he kind of got away with not being too much of an idiot this time when you combine what he said in season 2 and season 3. But one last thing, he did say both police officers are idiots, which is kind of funny, because the next season is like Powell kind of, you know, steps into his own and is just like, hey, we got to stay calm. Like, it's interesting.
He's actually like doing the right thing.
Of all the things to call out before season 4, Officer Powell being an idiot is a really interesting one that came up there.
What an idiot! All right, well, unfortunately we don't have that much to rip into this time around, but hopefully we'll have more fodder as we go into season 5.
Yeah, and as we said, we're doing season 4 in 2 parts, so we will get a chance midway through season 4, quote unquote midway, to kind of rip into them a little bit there. So we got one more.
One more chance.
One more.
Come on,
those
do us proud.
All right, my name's Miles.
I'm Kathleen.
Good night.